It is 1968 and a great story begins in Northampton. 12 months later, and we all watch Neil Armstrong taking a stroll on the moon. 1970, and the newly formed Psoriasis Association publishes the first edition of Beyond the Ointment. The following year, and the association provides its first grant towards research. The same year, and a former Beatle records a little song that becomes massive. 72, and so many things change with the arrival of methotrexate. And then in 73, the association finds a new home in Milton Street, supporting over 40 local branches across the UK. 1976, and all of a sudden supersonic travel is a reality if you've got the cash to spare. 78 sees the implementation of PASI, a method of measuring the severity of psoriasis. 1979, and the most famous grocer's daughter gets a new job in central London. The arrival of the 80s sees the breakthrough of PUVA treatment for psoriasis. 82, and the UK can now boast a total of 4 main TV stations. 1985, and the incredible worldwide Live Aid concert raises the profile of charitable donation to good causes. The year after, psoriasis becomes a central part of Dennis Potter's drama, The Singing Detective. By 89, the Psoriasis Association has funded over £250,000 of psoriasis research. 1990, and Tim Berners-Lee's creation is about to change the world forever. 3 years into the 90s, and the Psoriasis Association launches its first Awareness Week campaign, a huge success all round. And suddenly it's possible to take a train from London to Paris in under 2 hours, on a good day. 1994, and DLQI is used to measure the impact of psoriasis on the general quality of life. 96, and scientists successfully clone cells and create Dolly the sheep. 2 years later, and along comes something called Google. Always at the sharp end, the Psoriasis Association launches its very first website, and the following year hits a running total of over £1.5 million invested in research. As the millennium dawns, some immensely talented minds publish the first draft of the Human Genome Project. 2002, and on the first series of I'm a Celebrity, Rona Cameron raises £40,000 for the Psoriasis Association. More reasons to celebrate in 2003 as the England team, including psoriasis sufferer Steve Thompson, win the Rugby World Cup. 2004, and Facebook enters our lives. The same year sees the introduction of the first biologic injection treatments for psoriasis and the start of an ongoing relationship between NICE, the Scottish Medicines Consortium, and the Psoriasis Association. By 2007, it's time for the Psoriasis Association to expand into much-needed new premises at Queensbridge, Northampton. Around the same time, Steve Jobs launches the very first iPhone. A year or so later, and the association receives Scottish charity registration status and joins Facebook, bringing our support groups into the digital era. 2009 proves to be a landmark year for American politics. The Psoriasis Association joins Twitter and teams up with the University of Manchester on a research project to further understand the impact of psoriasis. But travel to the States is abruptly halted temporarily, following the eruption of a certain unpronounceable volcano. 2011, and the Psoriasis Association launches 2 fresh new identities with websites to boot. 2012, and Olympic fever takes hold throughout the UK. 2013 sees the association awarded with the Information Standard, a recognition of trusted, quality information. And the same year gives valuable evidence to a parliamentary inquiry on the impact of skin disease. 2014, and the association funds 7 PhD studentships. 2015, and in the skies above, British astronaut Tim Peake undertakes an inspiring 6-month mission on the International Space Station. Closely followed by Pamela Relf, winning a gold medal in the 2016 Rio Paralympics whilst living with psoriatic arthritis. The same year, the Psoriasis Priority Setting Partnership is launched, setting out some massively important routes through the years ahead. And that pretty much brings us up to date. 2018. A lot has changed. We have reasons to celebrate, but there is still so much to do. So please stay with us for the journey ahead.